What do you, if you envision what's going to happen in the next 12 months, do you see anything really positive that'll make you say we're turning it around in this direction because?
Well, I think in the next 12 months you'd have to look and say, if the Browns have the right coach, that this is a team that the talent is here.
Right.
You
don't want to go through a coaching search again.
No, but I think it's not like a guy takes over, they've torn it down, and now you know you're going to have to wait, 2-3 years for him. So I think you can possibly see some positive things happening with that organization if Kevin Stefanski is the right guy and they hire the right GM. The Indians are going to be in the hunt. I would feel a little better if they were reinvesting some of the money that they got.
Right.
And I know arbitration ate up some of it, extensions, those things. But right now, when you look at the division and you see what the Twins have done,
and you see what
Chicago's done, I think the Indians are a pretty good team that didn't necessarily get any better.
At least at this point. Do you envision before spring training, do you see anything happening?
Well, yeah, I would like to think so. I think Puig is still.
Would you want him?
At this point,
yeah.
I think I would.
I would too.
Just because I don't see, the Frankie Lindor thing to me still hangs, over their heads and the heads of fans, and that nobody thinks that this organization is going to be able to keep him. So why not invest in the team while he's here and try
one more shot,
and try to win something? Not that they're not trying. I don't mean it that way, but. Increase your chances of winning something while
I totally agree with you. Is I said that the Cubs loss, the couple of the other losses that the Indians had they just been able to win those games or win that series, it would have bought them a pass for quite a while.
Sure.
And unfortunately, losing in heartbreaking fashion does the opposite.
And it would make even I think fans mostly know that even that the Lindor contract is far and above the means of a lot of teams in the league, not just the Indians. I think they usually beat up the Dolans for not spending money. Would you agree?
Yep.
But in this case, I think most fans see that a $400 million contract or $380 million or what it's going to be for one guy is pretty daunting for a lot of teams in this league. So had they won in 2016 and 4 years later they said, hey, we're going to use this generational player to bring even more talent here and try to reload and win another one, I think people would accept it more. But the fact they didn't win, the fact that it looks like Lindor's going to leave and they still haven't, and the payroll has gone down the last 2 years, I think that's what people find it hard to take.
Yeah, I do understand it. What I don't understand is the perception that people have of I'm going to say the Dolans, but at this point I'm talking about Paul Dolan, and you just wonder. It looks like the Cavs get a pass because they won in 2016. It looks like the Browns get a pass. I don't know why it does, but it does. And the Indians don't ever get to play with that pass.
No, I think that's true, and. I don't know exactly why it is. I mean, we've talked about Dick Jacobs as an owner, and it was a point of pride with Dick. And he would tell you that he was a businessman first, and he wasn't going to operate at a loss.
Yeah.
And he didn't. Now, at that time, of course, the salaries weren't quite what they are, and they were drawing $3 million a year in those great years.
The sellout streak began at that point.